All right. Mic test. Mic test. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, you sons of bitches. Man, I'm so sick and fucking tired of these scumbag ass fucking politicians voting weird ass bullshit, lining their pockets. Who the fuck voted these people in? You son of a bitch. Who the fuck voted these people in? How is America so retarded that we cannot read or even Google what's going on with bills and legislations and our rights? We're losing our rights. You know, when I was a child, I think 17, 18, just a young dude, I think I registered as a socialist or a communist because, it looks so good on paper, and I just wanted to be different from what was going on in our country. There's like red and there's blue, and then there's liberal and there's Republican and all that other shit. I didn't really fucking know what was going on. I'm just a young dude that doesn't know shit, that was told this and that. We didn't even have Google back then. Like, we had MySpace, bro. Like, no one had a computer. We had Razor cell phones. We didn't have smartphones. You try and watch porn on that, like, there wasn't any good porn sites. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to abolish porn. There's like a poll going on or something. You can't get rid of porn on the phone. Maybe you can. I don't know. Porn's what invented credit cards. Like, that's the whole reason why credit cards exist in stores now, is because of porn. Had to have a way to pay for it. That's what's really weird is the smoking age is now 21. The buying gun age is 21. The drinking age is 21. And they want to reduce the age required to vote. So you can be 16 years old to vote, but 21 to make the decision to kill yourself slowly with a foreign substance. So they're saying you're not intelligent enough to buy alcohol or smoke or buy a gun, but you're intelligent enough to make the right decision on who to vote for. So to me, that says they want you to be naive and stupid so that you can continuously vote incorrectly and bring in more scumbags. That is what the fuck that means. It's plain as day, out in the open. You're fucking dumb, young, and naive with no fucking experience. And then your parents have been dumbed down to think that politics is dumb. Don't talk about politics. You don't talk about finances. You don't talk about this and that, which are the fucking important things, and how you groom your child properly to mentor your child so that they grow up to be a really strong citizen of your country. You have to talk to your kids about shit. It's like if we lived in the 1400s and you had to hunt for your food and you had to gather firewood, and there was no there was candlelight with the flame and whale fat. I don't know what they used back then. Probably whale fat, right? I'm an idiot, so, Google it. You had to forage shit and grab it, and the environment was killing us, whether it was predators or getting a cut and it gets infected and you die because you don't have some plant next to you that's going to fucking take away it's going to have like antioxidants, like honey or whatever. Rub some dirt in it. Yeah, that'll kill you. Fuck. You pack dirt in it and then you have to clean the shit. The dirt's just to stop you from bleeding out, if you don't have like anything to tourniquet it or whatever. So my point is, like, you had to teach your kid things. This is how you build a house. This is how you build a roof. This is how you build a weapon. This is how you clean your gun. This is how you track an animal. This is how you fish. Like, things to survive so your genes can keep going. But now it's like, go to school. The school's going to teach you how to do it. Well, clearly they're not, because public school in America has failed America for 100 fucking years. The whole reason schools are the reason that they're fucking like they are today is because in the early 1900s and late 1800s, there's a lot of people coming to America, not just black people and slaves and shit. I'm talking like people from Ireland and Scotland and South America and like everywhere else. And it was like, come here, indentured servitude's over. We need to fill America so we can build it, right? And you just had to pay for your voyage and However that was paid for, I don't fucking know. I wasn't alive back then, and it wasn't really taught very well, and it's not ingrained because I don't continuously read that shit, you know what I'm saying? But you can check it out for yourself. So these people came here, and there's a lot of fucking prejudice, you know what I'm saying? But everyone had to be taught the same thing. 9 to 5, work, put in so that you can receive. If you're not putting in your community, you're going to be exiled. Like, no one's going to fucking give two goddams about you, because back then everything was gossip in person, just like it's all gossip now on the fucking internet. And you retards that idolize fucking celebrities and pay more attention to Johnny Depp and fucking his weird fucking ex-wife or whatever than you do to Jeffrey Epstein's fucking pedophile ring, and Giselle Maxwell, how her cellmate was paid to assassinate her and failed, so now she got 20 more years for failing to assassinate a fucking pedophile that was selling children to very rich, powerful people all across the planet, and no one gives two fucks. Nobody. She identified over 100 accomplices or clients or people that are just numbered. They're numbered. They didn't even announce the fucking names. It's all redacted. It's all classified information. Like, it's batshit crazy that people don't give two fucks. And if you talk about it on the internet, you get blacklisted. You're not allowed to talk about that. Pretty crazy. Pretty fucking crazy that no one gives two shits. People do, but you know, you don't see it on social media because social media will kick your ass out, which means they're controlling the narrative and they're controlling your fucking brain. Social media needs to go, in my opinion. It's a bunch of cancer. It's destroying America. Look what's going on. These motherfuckers are committing fraud and treason out in the open. January 6th? Woo! It was worse than 9/11? God damn, I had no idea. Holy shit. 3 people died. 1 woman got shot in the face by Capitol Police. Everyone else had a fucking heart attack. And it wasn't even public officials. And these cowards are hiding in the desks and saying, "Oh, so scared. I'm so scared." Motherfucker, you want to disarm Americans that go through that shit every fucking day. Oh my God. I can't even own a gun. You can barge in my house with a fucking shotgun and I couldn't do shit except for get blown up. You would shoot my torso out and I wouldn't be able to do nothing about it. Fuck. And we all live through that every day. Like, what the fuck? And then you fucking pieces of shit, y'all go through it one time. One time with a big horde of people that was instigated by some deep state agent that convinced everyone and riled up the crowd to do that. But we're not talking about that, huh? Nope. Ain't no one talking about that shit. And now inflation's through the fucking roof. They're saying 8.6. So last year I was talking about it's probably going to end over 7%. And then January report came out, or February report came out, and inflation in January was at like 7.6. And now it's at over 8 points inflation. Well, when you really look at it, the amount of money that we get taxed on our transactions, on our payroll, and then with how much everything's gone up, inflation's definitely over 20%. As of right now, this is June 20th, 2022. Inflation is by far above 20%. At the end of the year, we're going to be at like 30, 40%. Crypto took a huge dive, which means a lot of people lost their savings. Coinbase and all these other fucking crypto companies, there's like over 150,000 employees that lost their job with crypto based companies. Fortune 500, I think Fortune 500 is dead. Retail is going to die by 2030. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my business. Like, I'm going to live and survive, but that's for goddamn sure. We ain't going out of business. And I always have contingency plans. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've been through dumb shit and I've did dumb shit. And so I understand how to prepare and look ahead and analyze things. So I'm doing my damnedest to make sure that I'm not going to get fucking eaten alive and destroyed in this big giant storm that is right overhead. Like, you know, when there's like that cumulonimbus cloud way out in the distance and it's black as fuck and you're like, woo, That's going to be a big storm. Well, yeah, motherfuckers, we all got houses here in the States, but there's a lot of y'all that listen from around the world, and I know there's some places out in the world where you don't get that kind of shit. So, like, you go to South America and, like, somewhere in the fucking jungle or somewhere that, like, I don't fucking know. Let's use our imaginations, like the early 1700s, and you have a big-ass storm like that. Man, you got a stick house, you know what I'm saying? You got some straw up on that fucking rooftop. How the fuck are you going to weather that storm, huh? All through the night, howling ass wind, cold ass fucking rain, Jesus, thunder and lightning just striking and thundering everywhere. Shit. Then you got to wake up in the morning and everything's flooded. Yeah, because you picked the wrong spot to fucking sleep. So you almost drowned. You lost all your gear, right? We don't go through that shit no more. There ain't no real fucking struggle. Y'all motherfuckers want to pick up your own struggle and fucking find it on social media. Oh my God, they said Johnny Depp's a fucking loser. I hate you. I'm going to kill you. You got fucking idiots driving through fucking Trump stores with like support Trump fucking merchandise. And it's crazy. It's batshit crazy. People are going out everywhere being dumbasses, just trying to search for shit because they ain't got nothing else better to do. They ain't keeping themselves busy, uneducated, and they want to blame the fucking world because they don't know what to fucking do about themselves. So they just get these negative emotions, and instead of owning their shit and fucking making their shit better, instead they take it out and blame the fucking world because they don't know how to take responsibility. And that's our goddamn fucking government right now here in the United States. They don't know how to fucking take responsibility. They don't know how to say no. Here's $500,000 if you vote for this, and a new Porsche and a brand new house, and we're going to get you a book deal that's going to make you $3 million over the next 4 years. How's that sound? Oh boy, man, I do need some money. You fucking degenerate pieces of shit. Most of these motherfuckers in office, most of them, they're all multimillionaires. Shit, they all make at least $400,000 a year. And these fucking people, what is a congressional fucking salary? I know a U.S. Senator is supposed to be making like $68,000, $75,000 a year here in the state of Idaho as a U.S. Senator. And then you got these people coming out millionaires, bro. Fucking millionaires. How? Why is this not being investigated by the FBI? That is their goddamn fucking job. The Federal Bureau of Investigations. And then you got the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency. And they're all behind the shit, man. They're like coercing these people. It's like the fucking Nazis came back from the goddamn dead, and now they took control of the ship. They took control of the shit, man. You got Hollywood making film, and then you got censorship all over the internet. Like it's the fucking, like you're listening to the goddamn radio. YouTube is now the new radio, so they have it censored just like the FCC censors the radio. You can't say fuck. You can't say shit, damn. Well, fuck. Shit, damn. You hear it everywhere and anywhere, so why the fuck can't we say it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the actual fuck? It's all over the music, and these guys are making millions of dollars for saying this shit in music, but we can't say it in person. And you want to say America's racist? Man, rappers make a fuck ton of money, and they all black. Man, sports athletes make a fuck ton of money, and most of them are black, right? You got soccer players, which ain't white, making a fuck ton of money all over the fucking world. You got transgender swimmers that ain't allowed to transgender swim no more. No, sir. Them motherfuckers, unless you got them balls clipped when you was 12 years old or younger, you don't get a swim. Actually, before you're 12, the Swimming Federation, whoever the fuck they are, they just made that rule. That's right. It's an unfair advantage if you're a boy that hit testosterone, so you got to be 11. Nip them balls off, but you don't want to do that, though. And if you're a parent that's letting your kids fucking make that choice, but you won't let them, go shoot a fucking deer by themselves and go hiking by themselves and drive that vehicle by themselves into the woods by themselves, then why in the goddamn fuck are you letting these little children, these little babies, these little fucking pre-adolescent kids cut off their goddamn fucking genitals and become a different fucking sex, you fucking weirdo? Our kids and our generation, our whole society here in America is being brainwashed and manipulated so we can think the new leaders, which are the kids of these scumbags that are in office, so that we can think they are less weird. because they are fucked up. Look at Hunter Biden. This guy is fucked up, smoking crack. He's white, smoking crack with hookers and strippers, and he's the president's son, and he had weird shit on his laptop, and the FBI won't even acknowledge it. Okay? That's red fucking flags. Like 50 years ago, this shit wouldn't fly. So why the fuck is it flying now? It's so weird. Let's look. America is at its end. That's why our parents, my parents, and my grandparents voted in the people that are in power today. And these people and the people before them, the last like 5 generations, or I'd say 2 generations of voters, right? My parents and their grandparents, right? Have sold out America. They took all this money. There's all these bills that were passed with the stimulus package in 2020. When all of it got signed in December 2020, there was a whole bunch of shit that went in there. Instead of just being like, hey, Americans need money, go and pass this bill. Well, everyone got their dirty fucking paws in there and said, we need to throw all of this in. No one even read the shit. Everyone just obliged and signed it in. And now America's broke. 80% of our dollar got printed in 2020. Our currency is so inflated, it's going to explode. In China and Russia, China, like whatever you want to read, all this weird propaganda, like you just look through the bullshit. Because whatever they're telling you, just know it's the opposite. That's all you need to know. It's the opposite. I don't know if Ukraine's kicking ass. I have no idea. I'm not paying attention to the war because most of it's probably bullshit. I see some shit on, Reddit, same shit that you see, like volunteers blowing up tanks. But then I also read that the Russians like have Americans and other volunteers, and they're probably being tortured. I do know Russia has the capability to blow up all of our fucking satellites, and I know there's a war in space. Once we lose our telephones, our little cell phones, y'all gonna lose your shit. There ain't gonna be no communication. I also do know that America's internet is a big ass giant fucking Ethernet cable going through the Atlantic Ocean. And if that shit gets cut, my question to any developer is, and please message me on Instagram at @JustYourAverageCitizen, underscores for spaces and an underscore at the end of citizen. My question for you is, which if you can answer it for me, does that mean America loses internet access to Europeans? Or does that just completely cut us off? Because Amazon owns at least half of the internet, because they own more than half of the servers that work the internet, right? And I know they have servers in Europe and they have servers in America. And there's a big giant server farm somewhere in Europe and then several server farms here in America. So if we lose that tether, does that mean that we lose all of our internet access? So now as nerds that play online, we can't do that no more? It's a good question to ask. It's kind of like, can you stop a hurricane by throwing a nuclear bomb in it? It's a great question to ask, right? Like, sometimes you just got to ask the tough questions, no matter how stupid you fucking look or you think you look. And no matter how smart you think you are, you still have to fucking ask questions. Otherwise, you ain't gonna get no answers, huh? That's fucking right. So with that being said, my prophecy is the United States is the Federal Reserve has a decision. I heard it on the radio, and this isn't my prophecy, but I heard it on the radio. It's something to do with the housing bubble or our dollar, right? Which one's going to go kaput? And they have to even it out somehow. I think this is planned. Like, there's no way that these people didn't see this happening. Like, there's no way. So my prophecy is the only thing, and there's some cogs that go into it, the only thing that's holding back any country from invading America is United States military. The United States military becomes an entity of its own during certain consequences of the world, right? If America loses leadership, then we become a military state, and our military defends and protects us. Now, let's say corruption goes so high, and for whatever reason, our military is no longer able to protect the United States of America, or something happens. Let's say there's some politicians like, we're going to have the UN come, that way that it's not American soldiers. We're going to have the UN come for whatever reason. I don't know why. All I know is the end, or towards the end. The like prophecy, right? It's just like a thought. Okay, it's just a thought. And the UN or some peacekeeping organization, some foreign military, comes to America to disarm the American civilians. Now you're like, no fucking way. That's not going to fucking happen. Not in any chance. Well, the world did shut down in 2020. You know, our supply chain's kind of fucked. You got arrested in California for not wearing a mask. You got rejected from businesses. You got fired for not taking a vaccine. You were offered $100 by Joe Biden to take a vaccine that is now causing blood clots in, let's say, Justin Bieber, his wife, the doctor dude that's here in Boise, Idaho. He says he has patients that have foot-long blood clots that had the vaccine. I know that there's dead bodies. I forget the name of them, but there's dead bodies that get donated to universities and schools and for research so that people can like cut off limbs and practice on real dead bodies. And these dead bodies are coming back with like very large 6-inch, 8-inch blood clots in their body. Like a single blood clot that just stretches up your fucking vein and you die from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so who's to say that the vaccines aren't doing that? Who's to say that the COVID virus isn't doing that? Like, we don't know what the fuck. This thing has HIV properties. It's got fucking SARS properties. Like, it's got crazy properties. It's man-made, man. And it came from China or, you know, like out of this level 4 laboratory. And the Wuhan lab, its emblem is the same fucking emblem as Resident Evil. It's the umbrella. It's the same thing as Resident Evil. Like, look up Resident Evil and the lab that's associated with Resident Evil that made the virus for zombies. And then you look at the Wuhan lab and it's the same shit, bro. So you fucking tell me, right? It's fucking weird. We entered a black hole and now we're in a different fucking universe where weird, crazy shit happens and society is okay with it because we are no longer in control. And that's just the universe that we're in, man. So it's very weird. There's corruption and fraud right in front of us that we're able to see because we have so much footage and video, but there's so much other footage and video that's thrown in front of you that you have no fucking idea what to believe because it's all everything. And then there's certain people that get paid a fuck ton of money while others don't for putting out the same or better content. But because you say certain things or you believe certain things or whatever the reason is, you are turned down with the algorithm while others are turned up. So in America, they promote stupid, dumb shit that doesn't teach. Whereas in China, they promote smart, intelligent things that teach and downgrade dumb, stupid shit because they want their society to be smart while America's society is stupid as fuck. So you tell me, like if there was really like Vladimir Putin, he's not bombing, like destroying, leveling all the cities in Ukraine, right? He's not doing that. They're doing their best to take it in urban combat. Like they're doing strategic missile strikes, right? But they're not carpet bombing the place and destroying it. Because it costs more money to rebuild infrastructure, costs more resources, money and time to rebuild infrastructure versus tackling a first world country instead of demolishing it. So in America, if they just want to come in and take over the place, all they have to do is poison us, and our society will die. All they have to do is destroy our food and water supply, and our society will die. All they have to do is coerce us and let us know that our government is fraudulent pieces of shit and watch the sick, weak American citizens destroy our own government so that they then can come back in and have nothing to rebuild except for their insertion of leadership. So like, you just have to be ready, man, because if you speak poorly about China or Russia, like, you're probably going to be an enemy of the state. And seeing as what China has done to any leader that's not Chinese, and the way that the Chinese people see anyone that's not native Chinese in mainland China, they're pretty fucking racist. Like, they are super racist. And the movies that they're putting out is propaganda against the West. So all I'm saying, man, is y'all need to be ready, because war will be coming home. There will be war in home. There will be war here in the United States. Wherever you are, there will be war. The world is going to war. Y'all need to understand this. The International Space Station, we are no longer sharing science. The Chinese are building their own space station. The Russians are no longer allowed on the ISS. And once we can no longer share science, then there's nothing left to share, because that's the last thing that we'd ever stop sharing is science. And that's not because of scientists. That's because of those that are in control and power. So y'all just be safe, know your surroundings, and know your neighbors, because we're all going to be fighting with each other soon. And fuck, it's going to be crazy. It really is. I just want to apologize also. It's been a long ass time since I really posted a podcast. Been a hot minute. I've just had a lot to think about. Honestly, I was in shock. I was in a lot of fucking shock. Things that I talked about and said, it's fucking happening. I'm a dumbass. And what I said and predicted and what I think is fucking happening. And it's really scary, because I've talked about this shit since I was little, like since I was a young dude. And I've always been told that I'm batshit crazy and I'm weird because I believed in this stuff. And it's fucking happening. So I was in a lot of shock, and I still am kind of in shock. Like, social media, I think it's a fucking plague, and I wish it was gone. And I felt like my voice wasn't doing nothing, but there's so many people that listen to my podcast that so many people that want me to run for government, that say I have a strong voice or strong opinions, or they feel what I'm saying, whether y'all agree with it 100% or I just hope like you guys just explore different avenues of thinking. Like, that's like it's important. Discussion and thought is so fucking important. And the narrative is, in the very beginning, your actions are controlled. Like, you're a violent person, go to prison. You're a violent person, here's help, whatever. And then you speak violently, so now you're going to prison. You speak violently, here's help. And then it's going to be, you think violently, go to prison. You think violently, here's help, right? It's all thought that leads to speak, that leads to action. The last thing to control is thought, because now they have actions controlled with the crime bill that racist Joe Biden created or helped create. And now here in 2022, just by speaking puts you in trouble. Like, you get banned on social media for speaking. People can't handle words. Soon it's going to be thought. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Things that you think, which is already, you're just writing what you think. So take it for what it is. But I'm back. I'm going to be doing my best to creating a podcast several times a week. There's no video at the moment. I'm still getting my studio set up. Just moved, so I got to get my studio set up. And then you'll be able to see my goofy ass looking face. But in the meantime, To see my goofy ass looking face, you can follow me on the Instagram at JustYourAverageCitizen, underscores for all spaces, underscore after citizen, as well as Snapchat at inhale_bliss. And I'm streaming video games. If you want to see me play Escape from Tarkov and kick some ass and get my ass fucking killed, hit me up and I'll drop in my tag. Much love, you guys. Have a beautiful night. Stay hydrated, stay safe, stay human.